welcome back to my channel. I'm Bethany from Naughty Girl Crochet and Skein Appeal. It has been a while. So I did do a little, like, I guess my version of Vlogmas, which wasn't very exciting, but I gave it a shot. And I just haven't filmed a video since. So here we are. It's February. There was no way I could pull everything that I finished or bought since the last time I did an episode, because it's been a while. I think it was the fall. I'm very behind. So also we might have a little guest joining us. She's very rambunctious today, but it was like, this is the time I had to film, so it is what it is. I may need to pause the video here and there to go deal with a Minerva's. So yeah, I've been doing a lot of knitting. Yeah, I'm doing a lot of knitting. So there's no way I could show everything, but I tried to pull a few of the more recent things that I finished, more recent yarn that I purchased, even though I've been trying not to purchase yarn like everybody else. I failed hard at my yarn diet. Like even just this morning, I literally just bought, La Bien-Aimée was having a special like free shipping this weekend for Vogue Knitting Live worldwide, so I bought a kit for the Rose cardigan. I bought the Tang kit. I've wanted to make that cardigan forever, and I kept trying to look at, like, trying to put together my own fade, and it's so hard without being able to see it in person to put a fade together. And I really liked the Tang fade. I'll put a picture in somewhere here. And so I ordered it. Still ridiculously expensive, but at least didn't have to pay for the worldwide shipping, because it's coming from France, in case you don't know where La Bien-Aimée is. Oh, and there is a Minerva. You gonna be good, baby? You gonna be good, baby? Oh, and you're stealing the spotlight. Of course you are. She's pretty good to not go after finished objects. It's more the yarn, so we're just gonna put the acquisitions on my lap for now. Okay, so while she's playing with the curtains, where are you going? Oh dear, are you upset that the project bags are on the counter? There we go. Okay, so yeah, I've been failing at my yarn diet, and you'll see that. I still really like to knit as much as I can from stash this year, but telling myself I'm not going to buy yarn never works, because then I just buy it anyway. So it is what it is. Yeah. So my first finished object is, I'll like hold all the yarn in my lap, is, oh, Jesus, out of practice, aren't I? Is the Felix cardigan, which, I mean, this is pretty iconic. If you can see the like increases here, I'm sure you've seen the Felix cardigan or pullover. I have yet to put the buttons on it. I have buttons for it. I got some in one of my advents this year that were, I was just like, oh my god, this is perfect. This is my second time knitting this sweater. My first, sorry, I see swipe by notification. My first Felix cardigan I ruined. And I washed it multiple times. It was totally fine. I never put it in the dryer, but I've put it in the washer multiple times. It was totally fine. The last time I washed it, I must have accidentally not put the washer on cold, and I felted it. Like, totally, completely felted it, ruined it, and I was so disappointed because it was my most worn knit item. So Knit Picks was having their, like, big sale at the end of last year, and I'd gotten this City Tweed Worsted, I think is what it's called. I'll put the name here, and links to everything I mentioned will be down below. And so I reknit it. I love it. I need to make more cardigans. I've come to the realization that I wear a lot of t-shirts and like sweaters. So I need to make more cardigans than pullovers. I'll still make pullovers, but I need to make more cardigans because that's what I wear more of. So yeah, it's my first finished object. I love it. I've worn it a ton. Super cozy. This yarn was super affordable. Even not on sale, it's super affordable. But yeah, that's finished object number 1. How am I gonna do this with a lap full of yarn? Okay, so let's stay on the sweater train here. Finished object number 2. I don't remember if I showed this or not. I don't think I did. Where are we going, Miu? This is the, oh, you gonna lie down? Oh, go baby. This is the festival sweater, my size. And I wish I'd gone one size down because it's a little, like, it's weird. I love the way it fits. It's just there's some places where it, like, it does sit a little funny, particularly when it's not on you. It looks better on. But this is by Petite Knits. Oh, saucy baby. This is made out of Sorella. It was her, you're stealing the spotlight, Miu. Her Halloween collection from not this year but the previous year. I believe it is Salem and 1869. I could be wrong. I'll put the colorway names at the bottom, but you can't get them anymore, so it doesn't really matter. I just made it with the main color, like just made it. And really so one, I didn't decrease for the sleeves. I made like a really poofy bell sleeve, which I love, except that I know that ate up more yarn. Just a second, I need to move the cat because she's like, keeps stealing the focus on the camera. We're probably not gonna be, I'm gonna have to do that several times, but that's life. Some people's kids interrupt their videos, my cat interrupts the videos. But yeah, so I did the bell sleeve, which I love, but ate up yarn, obviously. And so I just did a really rapid decrease. And as you can see with the little puny cuff, it could be longer. I have 0 of the black left. I do have some of the green, so I think what I'm gonna do is, like, I've worn this several times and it's fine, but I would like a little bit of a longer cuff. I also bound off really tight where I knew I was running low. So I'd like to pick it up, and I'm probably just gonna add a like color block of the green to extend the cuff. When I first finished this, I was like, oh no, I made it too big. But after wearing it like several times, I love it. It's one of my, and she's back. You're taking up the entire screen. Okay. It's one of my favorite sweaters I've ever made. It's super comfy. It almost fits kind of like a pullover, if that makes sense. I love it. Wouldn't make it again just because the bumpy, where's my camera? That bumpy detail that you see was a pain. Looks nice. Hated knitting it. I would not do it again. But I really liked I like the way the sweater fits. I mean, maybe one day I'll do it again, but I would need several years in between to forget how much I hated the like this stitch that you had to do. Especially on the, yeah, it was tedious. And it was like you knit the several rows of just knit stitch and you'd be like, oh, this is flying, and then you get to that row and I was like, oh god. It would take like so long to go around, and like it just tedious. But yeah, love the sweater, worn it several times. I'd say this is probably my second most worn sweater next to this. Like, are we gonna be good? I can already tell we're not. We need a moment again. This is gonna be the choppiest video ever. I am sorry. Oh, also, if you like my t-shirt, you can get your own. I'll leave the Spreadshop link below. I have I'd Rather Be Knitting, I'd Rather Be Crocheting, and Talk Naughty to Me. I also have the Skein Appeal logo. And there's a few new designs coming potentially. I'm just waiting on some samples to come in to make sure, you know, it looks right printed on the shirts. So yeah, that is finished object number 2. So next we have some socks. So this is, I made these and they came out a little bit too big and I'm really disappointed. I'm gonna try and just chuck them in the washer. These are the Candy Floss socks. I don't remember the designer's name. I'll put it down below. The yarn is Lollipop yarn. I don't remember the colorway name. I'll put that on the screen as well. Really enjoyed knitting these. I'd knit this pattern again. They came out too large for me for whatever reason. I don't know what I did wrong. I'll try and put one on the blocker. And it's like one came out larger than the other. There's kind of like this. Focus. There's like almost like a cable detail on the cuff and then all the way down the sock. Here we go. Love Lollipop yarn. Super nice yarn. Oh my god, Minerva. Really? We need another minute. Hopefully no more interruptions. Next time I film, I'm gonna have to try and film in a different location. This is the best for lighting and the nicest background, but we might need to just have a poor lighting, crappy background next time so it doesn't take me, you know, an hour to film a 15-minute video. I don't even remember where it was. Lollipop yarn, I think it was called Chill Out or something like that. I'll put the name across here. Love her yarn. It's excellent self-striping yarn. Sock number 1. Sock number 2 are some scrappy socks, and I've worn these so they look a little, well, worn. Come on, get in the sock blocker. So the gray is Knit Picks Stroll Tweed. Sorry, another notification. And then it's, some of this is scraps and some of this is, so like these colors are all part of a mini skein set that I sell at Skein Appeal from the Woolshed shop. It's called Party on the Lawn. So basically here down to here, they're like, is the set. This purple and this purple were just random leftovers. But yeah, some nice scrappy socks. I have so much scrap yarn, it's ridiculous. But yeah, those are the finished objects that, you know, have kind of been the most recent that I thought were worth showing, I guess. There's some other things that I finished that I don't have to show because they were gifted. We have a new little nephew, and so I had made a baby blanket and a like flax sweater. Slightly concerned that the flax isn't going to fit him because he came out quite large. I think I knit the like 3 to 6 month size maybe, or maybe the next size up, but still I'm like, ooh, this might fit him this like right now, and it's probably not gonna fit him in like a month. I don't know if they'll be able to get it over his head. So I might be needing another one. But yeah, so I don't really, I'm trying to think. A lot of the other stuff I have is, or that I've been making is some granny squares for a granny square blanket. I've been using mostly Advents or like other little scrap bits of yarn that are a similar weight and texture to the yarn I've already made some squares out of. I really need to sit down and like lay those out and see how many more I need to make whatever size I decide to make. Like I need to lie them out and see what I have so far. I know I don't have enough for a blanket yet, but I'd like to kind of have an idea of how many more I need to make, if that makes sense. I regret not doing the join as you go method, but I'm too far in now to go back and do that, like way too far in. So I'm probably just gonna do the like where you slip stitch them together. But yeah, that's whips, not whips, finished objects. Wow, I am really out of practice here. Okay, let's move on to whips. So this guy, I started putting time out, screwed up, putting time out, like frogged a section, redid it, did it wrong again, frogged it, put it in timeout. He's back out of timeout, and I got it going this time. So this is the Feel Good Shawl by Andrea Mowry. Oh, of course I'm in the middle of a row. How am I gonna show this? So, kind of hard to, when I'm in the middle of a row. So technically this is the front, but. So all of the yarn in this I got at Knit City in Vancouver. It's all Puzzle Tree yarn. And so the first section is just 2-color brioche, and then the second section is 1-color brioche, and then this third section, if the camera will focus, is 2-color brioche, which I've never done before. And the first time I tried to do it, I messed up the setup row. Then I got the setup row right, but then I did the increases wrong. It's now going correctly. I'm on track. So yeah, I'm hoping to finish this month. It's very heavy. Like, this is going to be a hefty shawl. It's DK weight. But yeah, it's going to be very cozy. It's just been a pain. Well, this last section's been a pain. And it's still living in a Christmas project bag. So this is one that I made. In case you didn't know, I sell project bags at Skein Appeal, my yarn shop. So this was a Christmas bag. Ooh. Oh dear, I dropped my sock block or whatever. My next whip is also living in a bag that I made. Little slothies, and I have a pin from Knit City because this was the project bag I brought with me, and a little ghost kitty that I got from, I think it was Ginger Snap Fiber? No, Black Cat Customs at Knit City as well. So this is it's called Mo Slub Shawl, I think. It was made for like a kit by Emma's Yarn. I'm not using Emma's Yarn, but it is a little bit different for me. It's different from what I would, oh, it's very squished, so I'm not quite sure how I'm going to. So it's a triangle shawl. I don't want the stitches to fall off because this would be a pain to pick up. But it's a combination of slub yarn and mohair. So basically you're doing stripes of slub, stripes of mohair. So the slub I got in a D-stash, and it was by Woolen Boon, I think the yarn is. And the mohair I bought at the Knitting Loft here in Toronto. It is by Chelsea Luxe. So yeah, it might be easier if I show you the like. So this is the slub yarn. It's my first time working with slub. I'm actually really enjoying it. And then this is the Chelsea Luxe mohair. So this is definitely a little bit different for me. This is not, you know, a typical kind of shawl. I usually tend to knit heavier things. This is gonna be more of like a nice little springy shawl, but I'm really enjoying it. It's going a bit slow just because, I mean, it's obviously very thin yarn, but I'm not like working on it religiously. I'm kind of picking it up in between other projects. So next whip is going to be kind of a combo of whip and acquisitions. So I got this bag from, I don't remember the shop name. Wow, my memory's shot apparently. I'll put the name again on the screen. Isn't this adorable? I saw this, it came up in, I think it was an Etsy ad. Look at the little trash pandas in sweaters. I love it. I had to have it. And so in this is a new, like a sock design I'm working on. And so technically this is my second go at it. My first go at it, I'm not even going to show it to you. It was a bit of a, it wasn't a bit of a fail, it was a fail. It came out super wonky and it was like, nope, back to the drawing board. So this is what is probably going to be the final sample. So it is a colorwork sock. And so here is the, so I'm using the leftover self-striping yarn from the Candy Floss socks. This is really hard to show where it's not, where it's still squished on the needles, and the camera keeps trying to pick me up. So that's the color work, and then the main skein is Dirty Martini by Feisty Fibers. So yeah, currently just starting the toe. But yeah, be putting out a testing call hopefully sooner rather than later. But yeah, no idea what I'm gonna call these. But that's it for whips, other than like scrappy blankets. Yes, I think that's it. So I guess that leads us into acquisition, since that was an acquisition. I've been buying a lot from D-stashes, and I think part of me trying to be like, oh, well, it's not really buying yarn if you're buying it in a D-stash. I know that's ridiculous, but it's what I'm telling myself. So, you know, we're gonna start with what I didn't get in D-stashes. Let's go there. So, I got Yarnable sometimes will like sell off extra skeins from previous boxes, and so I got 2 of this colorway. I think it was their October colorway maybe, called the Raven, and I got it in DK. I also got 2 skeins of, this is a dyer called Dream in Color, and this is called Black Pearl. And so my thought was, I have 2 of these and 2 of these, and I thought I'd put these together, and I think I need to find at least one more color to have enough. But there's this sweater by, I think it's Hoey Locatelli, all listed here, maybe insert a picture, but it's this like stripy DK weight cardigan that I want to make. So I need to find probably one more color to put with these 2. I'm thinking maybe like a pink or a purple. But yeah. The other yarns I have are D-stashes. So Twin Stitches Designs was doing a D-stash, and I got these two sock sets from a homespun house. So this one is called Love Potion and Polly. Is this focused at all? And then this one is Sock Hop and Freedom. But these are super cute, and they're like 50-gram main skeins, which I like because I have tiny feet, so this is more than enough for me to make a pair of socks. Then Perfectly Knotted was doing a D-stash, and so I got one skein of Treehouse Knits DK in Rio de Janeiro. No idea what I'm going to do with this. And then one skein of Treehouse Knits. The color just says June 21 sock set, so I don't know if it was, oh. Okay, so I guess it had been a sock set, I have no idea. Anyway, how pretty is that? No idea what I do with that either. I wonder would this be too colorful? Yeah. Stop focusing on my face. Yeah, that's too colorful. That'd be too much. But yeah. I think I've definitely gotten way more yarn than this since the last time I podcast, but I can't remember what I got. If you watch my blog list, I got 2 full advents. But yeah, this is the most recent that I can remember that I could easily pull out of the yarn closet. But yeah, some Skein Appeal news. We do have a new dyer in the shop. So we do have some Yarn Cafe creations. We have 4 tonals and 3 variegateds on her Biscotti sock base. I'll insert some photos. Go check them out. I'm really excited. They're super vibrant. Her yarn is just stunning. We have a little bit more yarn coming from Lillian Pine. It's en route right now. We have some fingering weight yarn, and we have a whole bunch of her merino roving or comb top. But yeah, we just did we did a Valentine's Day drop, so there are some project bags and progress keepers. I'm kind of dropping project bags here and there. I need to try and get ahead of the seasons, if that makes sense. Because I feel like I'm constantly like just getting the bags out right before the holiday. So like I just got the Valentine's Day bags out, so I'm kind of trying, I want to try and get ahead a little bit. I'm hoping to also put out some more like non-seasonal bags. Right now a lot of my bags are, I'd say, seasonal. Not even seasonal, there's a lot of Halloween just because that's my favorite. I like, you know, skulls and stuff. But yeah, I have some really nice ice dyed fabric from Spin Cycle Yarns that I want to make some bags out of, and some other like non-holiday themed fabric that I want to turn into bags. So keep an eye out. Go sign up for the newsletter in the shop so that way you can be up to date on when new things drop. You also get special discount codes as a newsletter subscriber. Sometimes you get early access to sales, things like that. But yeah, that's about everything. Sorry this episode was a bit of a mess. Hopefully the next one will be better. One, I need to get back into the swing of it and doing it more regularly. I'd really like to aim for once a month. If I do it more than that, great, but I'd like to do it at least once a month. Who knows if I'll stick to that. I haven't been able to so far, but let's give it a shot. But yeah, that's everything. I'll leave all the links to the, you know, dyer, shops, everything I mentioned down below. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, follow us on Instagram for more regular updates. But yeah, that's everything. Thanks to you. Can't talk today. Thank you so much for watching.